it's been quite interesting seeing these various different companies just make some, I don't know, bizarre ads. Some of them, I guess you can call them advertisements by companies that have already an established brand and established customer base. And then they put out something very like weird that's either weird in messaging. It often has absolutely nothing to do with what it is they're presenting as a product. But today's, I guess in the latest news, you probably have seen this by now. I haven't watched the entire thing, but I want to view this. It's by Dove. And this is the caption. I'll read it coming from Twitter. From the Drum, it says, Dove takes a stand against overly sexualized women in video games with Epic Games' Unreal Engine education team and Women in Games, eliminating stereotypes to build young players' self-esteem and body confidence. So it looks like you have Dove, you have Epic Games, as well as Women in Games, which I don't know what that is. What is Women in Games? Oh, it only has 41 followers. All right, so let's watch the video and check this out. Let's see what's going on with Women in Games and how they feel, or Dove, let's say. Okay, so let me get this straight. This character looking like this is supposed to be overly sexualized, like, okay. And I guess this person, the character itself, is taking off makeup and is actually looks like at least 3 chins right there. So they're pretty out of shape. Who is this supposed to inspire? I guess the Women in Games, huh? So now you're gonna go fight as a fat ass. Okay, 74% of girls feel underrepresented. I'm not the target audience, as it says. 74% of girls feel unrepresented in games. I'm not sure where they got that information, but apparently that's some data that they've collected. They partnered with Unreal Engine and Women in Games to change this. So I guess being represented is being a fat person now completing the level. Okay, this is... All right. Let's make virtual beauty real is what it says here. I know you guys can't see it. And it was, I guess, I don't know who this person is, but I'm guessing that's the person that they learn more about Cynthia's real story. So I guess, I don't know if she's a developer or whatever she is, but she put herself in this Unreal Engine, and she's bad built. And the character that she's obviously, I guess, based off of her is also bad built and out of shape. And apparently that's a problem, and they feel underrepresented, and they talked about body representation. All right, so yeah, it's a game. It's easy. This is a layup. It's easy to rag on this person. But on a real tip, the fact that they demonize, they look at like sexualizing, because the character didn't look any different aside from being like in better shape before, and then they were in worse shape. And that's about it. That's all they changed. So to me, it sends a message of being out of shape, which is a terrible message. And people that follow me know that I'm going to disagree with that a lot. You shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be built like that. But even in a video game setting, though, look, man, you've seen characters be made up of many different things. But typically when you're talking about action stuff, doesn't matter, comics, games, movies, anything, you expect that there to be some level of visual like athleticism from the character in some way, shape, or form. Yes, there's various games where you can make someone just as big as a whale and they can be athletic as you know, those with those created characters and customization and all that. But generally speaking, you expect that they are going to represent some sort of athleticism and not just feats and what it is that they're doing, but also in how they look visually. And this is no different from men. And this is the part that I don't understand, because, we could play games where us as dudes who are really make up most of the gamers. I'm not saying there aren't female gamers. I'm saying obviously for the most part it's a male hobby. And you play as various characters that are just jacked. You know what I mean? They're in shape. Sometimes they got the shirts off, and it's not overly sexualized, if anything. And I get that it is women and men are wired different. Boys and girls are wired different. And for boys, I think they more look at that as a way to aspire to be. This is why they don't get offended when they see some ripped, shredded dude that's jacked to the gills. Realistically or unrealistically, it's like whatever. You see Goku with cuts places that he shouldn't have cuts, and he got his shirt off and stuff, and nobody's like, oh, Goku's being over-sexualized. It's like, nah, he's just jacked. And some folks are like, wired in a way. Most men are going to be wired in a way like that, something to aspire to be. Even though you can't achieve it, it's something to aspire to be that athletic. And I guess they look at it like women are wired differently, and they look at it like they need to be represented. Instead of the characters being aspirational, they need to be, even if they have poor habits, be it in eating or exercise, they should be portrayed on the screen or on the video game or whatever. And I think that just sets, I don't know, man. It's not my battle, I guess, to fight, because this is clearly targeting women. But from what I pick up, a lot of the women that are gamers, they ain't with all that, and they'd rather not see some fat heifer going around doing all this athletic stuff. And they don't get offended in the event that the female character is portrayed in a way in which they're in better shape than they are as an individual. Insane ad. If you enjoyed this video and want to support other content, please become a member at ericdjuly.com. This is my own unique platform that replaced my Patreon. Our Ultra Max, which is our highest tier, gets free shipping domestically, even with RIPPAVERSE orders, and are able to redeem the Creators Edition copy of ISOM #1. You can move up and down tiers or cancel at any time. Also visit RIPPAVERSE.com. This is my comic book company that launched a $3.7 million campaign. We appreciate your support.